Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at quite a few battles here using Shadow Gengar, particularly the entire time. That's the showcase here. As far as the other Pokemon, we're going to be using Feraligatr, Obstagoon, and I am going to be using an Elite TM on Tapu Fini for Nature's Madness. Why use an Elite TM on that? What am I thinking? Well, one, it's shiny, and it's the one that I use for the Ultra League here. It does have higher attack, so I can potentially win CMPs up against another Tapu Fin, and that's pretty much it. So when it comes to this Gengar, I do actually have much better Ghastlies that I did find with low attack, high defense, and high HP, and I will work on those. This is the one that I got first, and I'm just going to go ahead and go with it. As far as maxing out a Shadow Gengar, could be pretty strong for you, but it's just so glassy. I don't think it's going to be worth the investment. More so just powered up for PvP in the Great League as well as the Ultra League. But with that said, this is going to be a legacy with its Community Day move, Shadow Punch, and I did use an Elite TM on it, of course. And as you can see here, we do have a lot of good Haunters lined up, and yeah, we'll probably invest in those in the future. But with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at some of these battles here, folks. Now, I haven't really been putting up Go Battle League videos. It's because I haven't really been battling in there. I did have 2 videos set up, but I just deleted them because I procrastinated on them too long, or at least there was so much news that I was just putting out the news. 3 videos, 2 videos a day, and I just simply didn't want to put up 4 videos with Go Battle League, so we skipped it. But here we are, so let's go ahead and take a look here. And if you can give this video a thumbs up, that'd be much appreciated. Go ahead and go get yourself a snack, a drink, sit back, relax, maybe some puff, who knows? And let's get into this 30-minute plus video here and see what we have going on. All right, so Feraligatr Shadow, folks, you definitely want one of these. You definitely want one of these, absolutely. I mean, you could probably even invest in not such a great IV one, and it's still gonna do fine for you, all right? But the showcase is gonna be Gengar, so let's see what we have now. We are gonna be going with a triple Ghost moveset here, so of course Shadow Claw is what you always want to run, and then Shadow Punch is definitely going to be on the menu too. As far as that third move, it could be optional. You could go Focus Blast, you can go Sludge Bomb, but I'm personally going to go Shadow Ball, as we're going to be getting stabbed from it, and it's just pretty hard hitting. Even if I go up against a Dark type Pokemon, it's still going to do a decent amount. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and use that Elite TM and put Tapu Fini on the team here and see what we can do. We're going to be leading with Gengar the entire time. Alright, so as far as the fast move pressure from a Shadow Stab Dragonite, we're going to have to get out of here. It's not like it's a horrible matchup as far as the typing is concerned. It's just Gengar is so, as a Shadow, is so squishy. You just, I mean, it's not worth it. So that's why I swapped into the Obstagoon here. One of the best shinies, absolutely. All right, so they're going to be bringing in the Feraligatr. Since we're going to be dark and normal type, we have a massive resistance to their Shadow Claw. So it doesn't look like they're really going to be able to, well, they're farming us down, but look what we did before we went down. Now, granted, they do have a ton of energy, but that's okay. We're going to go ahead and just bring in the Tapu Fini to just absorb everything they're going to throw at us. And then, of course, we're just going to farm them down with Water Gun here. And let's see, they're going to be swapping at the last second there, bringing in that Dragonite. And let's kind of see what we have going on here. A horrible matchup. I know I said I was going to put in a lot of losses. We're going to see a couple, I do believe, in this video. But since it is so long, that I'm going to kind of just exclude most of them for now, right? Okay, so Dragonite's taking us down. We're bringing in Gengar, still holding onto 2 shields, and they do have a Skeletors back there. But look at those Incinerates, unbelievable. So we have to time this correctly, getting up to 2 Shadow Punches, okay, getting off that first one, and we're going to be able to throw the next one immediately here, which should be enough to KO. One more Shadow Claw. Oh my goodness, we're going to have to use this shield here, folks. This is getting pretty crazy, but their last Pokemon has no health left, so it's not a big deal, and we take that win. Let's get it. Next game, what are we going to see here with this Gengar? Met with an XL Lantern. Okay, very nice, very nice. I personally do have one of these myself. I just don't really use it too often. All right, so we're going to go ahead and shield that up, of course, because remember, we just simply cannot take a hit. Building up to the Shadow Ball and then going for the Shadow Punch. Getting a shield out of them sounds good to me. And we're going to go ahead and just throw a Shadow Ball immediately here. Now, something else I want to talk about as we do take a look at these battles, they're going to be double shielding, sounds good, is the fact that I was encountering a whole hell of a lot of lag today as well as yesterday. Yesterday was worse. The first day for the Go Battle Day, where you're able to do 100 battles, unbelievably laggy. it's to the point where I'm missing bubbles on my animation. So instead of getting an excellent, I'm getting greats. And it's just very coincidental too, a lot of the lag, but I don't think it was people cheating though. Honestly, this time it's the servers are just horribly maintained. I don't know what is going on. Maybe it was just too flooded with people playing, but oh my goodness. All right, so we're gonna go for Nature's Madness here. It is definitely worth the Elite TM. Now, it's not like, oh my goodness, a Tapu Finn, do I need to use an Elite TM? I mean, powering it up for the Ultra League is not a big deal, all right? You could make another one if you wanted to. I just personally thought, okay, instead of spending like 150,000 Stardust, because of that secondary move mostly, right? I'm just gonna use an Elite TM since I'm absolutely stacked up on them. They're just going up and up and up. All right, so we're up against this Giratina, but I love it. I love it. It is an absolutely amazing move, and I personally think it's going to be the best on Tapu Fini. It's just the most viable Pokemon to use as far as those Tapus are concerned, right? And we're taking that win there. Very good. Next game, what are we going to see here, folks? A Annihilate. Oh, hell yeah. We have a 4 times resistance to counter, so they're going to be retreating and bringing in their Wall Rain here. So we're going to immediately bring in our Obstagoon and just go to town here. Now, I do go for the Night Slashes because I do have a chance to get my attack raised, and also the Cross Chop would just be doing ever so little more damage, so it's not that big a deal. And we're going to go ahead and just throw the next one here. See if we can get that attack boost. It's looking pretty good for us, right? And down they go. Still 2 shields on both ends here. And they're bringing in that Annihilate to take us out with counter. Sounds good to me. Unfortunately, now they're going to be able to hit us with a super effective Night Slash. We're shielding that up and going for the Shadow Punch. I do believe we're going to be able to outpace them here. So let's see what happens, unless they want to try to catch. Oh, it looks like we're catching. Okay. Bringing in the Tapu Finn to absorb a Night Slash. Oh, hell yeah. Not very effective and not even getting stabbed. And they do have a Skeleturge in the back. Getting to the Surf here. So the way I'm thinking this is going to work out, so they shield this up, no problem. A Shadow Ball is not going to KO. It's going to be pretty close. So unfortunately, I think they're going to be able to, yeah, farm up a little bit. Nope, we're getting to the Surf. Never mind. Never mind. But now we have another dilemma here. The Annihilate is going to be able to counter us down, and they might have 2 Night Slashes. No, not even close. Not even close. We get to the Shadow Punch, and we're going to take that win with the star of the show, Shadow Gengar. Absolutely amazing. Definitely worth your investment for sure. Next game, we're going to be met with a Sandslash of, that's not great here. So I saw a few of you asking for me to make a Rage algorithm video again, because although there are comments, people saying, stop complaining, I know the majority of you do enjoy my Rage videos, even if it may be, I wouldn't say forced, not even. I do genuinely get, I'm probably being a little, what's the word, just a little dramatic about it, and I don't actually take it all to heart, but it does really frustrate me. I'm just in the moment, so I'm being extra sarcastic about it, right? Anyways, it's not too much of a bad situation as far as the algorithm in this video, so we'll just leave it at that. And it's more so like, well, how the hell are they gonna win? Or how am I gonna win? Okay, well, I'll just back out. Because when you have this many battles, you don't even give a damn. You're just like, okay, this is an absolute loss, I'll just back out. I don't have time for this. All right, so let's take a look at this here. Very interesting situation in which we are going to have a massive resistance to the Shadow Claw. So we're looking pretty good. And I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to pull this one off here. Obstagoon, an absolute boss here. Obstruct is pretty good. That's going to be its Community Day move. I personally don't use an Obstruct Obstagoon myself. I just don't want to get caught up against something with all like 2 dark charge moves. It's just not happening with me. All right, so things are getting a little bit hairy here. I am actually going to let it go because we do have the resistance to the Shadow Claw, so we don't really need to worry about that. Their other Pokemon has Shadow Claw too, right? Oh yeah, Giratina, down it goes. And they back out. So Shadow Claw on the Sandslash too, we would have been able to counter them down as fighting is 4 times effective to them. Next game, we're met with a Clefairy. This is great here as we do resist the Charm. I'm sure they're running the other one though that farms up quicker. So they're swapping into their Greninja. We're gonna go ahead and bring in our Obstagoon here. And this is where you will go for the Cross Chop. This is just much better to do so. Down they go, very freaking good. Let's get it. And they're bringing in a Virizion. Now this is going to be a little interesting because we do have the Tapu Fini here. And yeah, this is kind of a, I wouldn't call it a core breaker, maybe for the Tapu Fin as well as the Obstagoon. But since we have Gengar, it's going to be working to our advantage here. Absolutely, you're going to have to shield this up. It's a Meteor Mash. It's just going to go right through us. What we're going to do is just kind of get their shields here. As we are going to be able to resist that quick move, we don't really need to worry about that damage, as well as the Virizion. Now, it is going to I would assume Sacred Sword, which is not very effective. If they have Leaf Blade, we're going to be looking pretty good. If they have Stone Edge, not so much. All right, but we do have Nature's Madness, so if we can get both of their shields here, I think, did we already? Yeah, we already did. So I bring in the Tapu Fin to start farming up here. Hit me with a Leaf Blade, that's okay. We resist the counter, so we don't have, the double kick. And this should be enough to KO, and then we should be able to get to the Shadow Ball. So we had them use all their energy, good. And Gengar for the win here. Sludge Bomb would have worked fine too, right? But we're going to go for that Shadow Ball, take the win up against Virizion there with the star of the show. Damn, I love this thing. All right, Guzzlord here, folks. This is not a good matchup. So I swap into the Tapu Fin, as we do have 2 counters to it, and they're going to be bringing in a Poliwrath. I'm going to assume there's probably like fire in the back maybe. And we're going to actually take off the Obstagoon in a bit here and put on for Alligator. So we're going to be running a double water with Gengar here. All right, there's the lag. I mean, I do my videos at a ×2 speed here. So a lot of situations, you're not going to actually be able to tell that the game is lagging unless it's severely lagging, massively. You can see the putts, right? All right, so we're farming them down. Sounds good. And we're just, yep, there's a fire in the back. Sounds good. We're going to go ahead and throw the Surf here. It is going to be a Skeleturge. Hopefully we get to 1 more Surf. Did you see that? That's not YouTube. That's not my editing. That is the game skipping at a ×2 speed. Okay, it was so bad, right? But again, I'm at the point where I care about the lag, but I'm not gonna let it bother me. It's just like, well, whatever, man. Stupid Go Battle League garbage here with the algorithm, with the cheating, with all this stuff. No wonder people are walking away from this crap. All right, so the Obstagoon is absolutely going to be able to run over this amazing looking shiny Guzzlord here. I do believe it's their best buddy too. I see that badge on its little horn at the top there. Such a cool looking design and an absolutely radical shiny there. Actually, I think we were just looking at one of the best shinies in the game that we currently do have, aside from like Charizard and a few pink ones that are really bright. Those are pretty cool too. Shiny Mega Garchomp is pretty awesome, right? So we're up against this Steelix here. I swapped because that Dragon Tail damage is going to really start putting on the pressure to Gengar. We do have 2 counters to the Steelix, so it's no big deal. I just opted to go with the Tapu Fin. They're going to be bringing in their Feraligatr here. And we're going to go ahead and go for Nature's Madness. They do shield it up, unfortunately, but that's okay. We were able to get the defense drop. It's guaranteed every time. And we're getting off the Surf, and they're shielding it up, not knowing if it was going to be another Nature's Madness or not. So we have just gotten both shields out of them. Of course, we're going to be bringing Obstagoon to just absorb whatever they throw. It's going to start adding up here. Yeah, that Hydro Cannon is going to be doing quite a bit. But with shields down and Gengar in the back, hopefully there's no Dark-type Pokemon. It's a wrap. It's completely done. All right, Gengar just hits way too hard. And we're still in the green. Now we're in the yellow, but looking pretty good. Now I just need to do as much damage as I possibly can because I don't want to, oh, they swapped to catch. All right, sounds good. So we immediately bring in the Gengar, go for the Shadow Ball. Let's see how much this does. It's just about 1 shots. Look at that. 1 more Shadow Claw, it's out of here. And we're just going to get off this Shadow Punch. Could have built up to a Shadow Ball, but it doesn't really matter. I don't really care at this point because I have the Obstagoon in the back. And we're just going to let this go. As a matter of fact, they undertap here. That was definitely an undertap because that's super effective. That would have definitely KO'd. Despite it being a Steelix and not getting stabbed, it still would have been there because Gengar just can't take a hit. And we take that win. Next game, we're met with a Poliwrath. That's a good lead. Can't even speak. That's a great lead. We do need to shield everything up. We could let an Icy Wind go, and we will be fine, but I'm not going to take the risk in case it is going to be a Scold, which will pretty much almost KO us. Hitting me with an Icy Wind, lowering my attack, and now we're going to go for the Shadow Ball here. If they want a double shield, by all means, be my freaking guest, and that's exactly what they're doing, of course. So now I do believe we're going to let this go. It is an Icy Wind. We shielded up, okay. Okay, double shield on both ends here, swapping into the Tapu Fin to hold on to my energy. Kind of a, I don't know if that was the best decision in the world, but hey, retreating with energy on that Gengar. So they did go for an Icy Wind to lower my attack. And now we're stuck here like that. I'm going to go ahead and go for Surf. They're retreating with a little bit of energy. I don't know if they have a charge move ready to go or not, but they did lower my attack. So this Nature's Madness is not going to be doing as much as usual, of course. And they do have, was that Shadow Claw? So they're going right through me with that. And there we go. Still doing pretty good damage here. Getting to the Surf, not able to get it off. I do believe this is going to be a Dragon Claw. All right, we survive and actually get off the Surf here. Some damage is going to be better than none. In some cases, sometimes you may want them to have a little bit of health, so you can go in there and start farming up with a particular Pokemon and come out of that battle with a lot of energy, so there is that. Bringing in the Obstagoon, I wanted to counter them down, but they won't have any of that, and they're swapping into their Charizard here. We're going to go ahead and go for the Night Slash. I'm telling you, Obstagoon is actually a very tanky Pokemon, other than the fact that it's going to be taking a lot of damage from obviously fighting, but when it's not taking super effective damage, it's an absolute monster. All right, it's really good. So we're going to go ahead and take out that Charizard with a Shadow Ball. Thank you, Gengar, holding on to that energy, bringing in their Giratina, farming them down, and going for the Shadow Punch with the star of the show to take the win. Let's get it. All right. Moving it on to the next battle. If you haven't hit that like button, that'd be much appreciated, folks. And don't worry, I'm going to be bringing you some more Pokemon Go news and other stuff in between, potentially later today. I did take yesterday off because I woke up and it was kind of like a, what was that movie, The Hangover kind of deal. Like my Ring camera, the whole ring light part that sits on the stand, for whatever damn reason, had broken off of the damn stand itself. So I can't do my face camera right now. I have to go down to the store and pick up a new one. And my microphone was like on the ground and it was just a mess. I was like, what the hell? What the hell happened here? All right, next game. We're met with a Ninetales, and it does have Charm, which is amazing. They're going to be retreating with energy, and I'm going to go ahead and swap. And we got the little Diancie out here that I did name Diana, or Princess Diana. This is okay. Sludge Bomb is still going to be doing a decent amount. Pretty cool typing, Fairy Rock. You're not super or taking super effective from Poison though, because of the rock. We're going to go ahead and shield that up and kind of hold our position here on the swapping. And I do believe we're going to be able to get a shield. You better shield this up. Better shield this up. Yeah, there we go. Very nice. They did get a good amount of farm on there with the Diancie. That's okay. We're going to bring in the Tapu Fini to start absorbing everything as it's all resisted by the typing that we do have. Hitting me with an Icy Wind sounds good, no problem. And that Gengar does have a decent amount of energy too, so we do have that going for us as well. Hitting me with a Scold, swapping into their Ninetales. I immediately bring in the Gengar, and I'm just going to start throwing Shadow Punches here. And they let it go, calling it very nice. Now, I'm going to shield this up. Tapu Fini doesn't need a shield to go up against Poliwrath right now, in the situation that we're in, right? All right, he's throwing that Shadow Punch, taking out the Ninetales, going for another one here. Gengar is ruthless here, folks. I'm telling you what, they let it go, calling it, but then they back out, as we were going to be able to Shadow Claw them down at that point too. Next game, Gengar into a Skeleturge. We're going to take quite a bit of damage from that Incinerate, and they do not like that matchup. They're going to be swapping into their Tapu Fini. I'm building up to Shadow Ball. Let's see if we can get a shield out of them here, and we'll swap into our own. Nope, letting it go. Sounds good. We're going to go ahead and throw another one here. Now, we do have the Tapu Fini, as well as the Diancie to go up against that Skeleturge, so we don't necessarily need to swap. Unfortunately, we didn't get a shield out of them, so we are down now. Now they're going to be bringing back Skeleturge. Now I would assume they're going to shield this up because this Shadow Punch is going to do a hell of a lot of damage, and that's exactly what they do. They have a lot of energy too here. Well, a decent amount. I'm going to go ahead and bring in Diancie, see what we can do. I'm just using this thing for fun. Yeah, I mean, is it good for the Ultra League? I wouldn't say it's like the worst thing in the world, but it's not something you're going to want to brag about or anything like that. But yeah, anyways, taking them out, immediately swapping into the Tapu Fini, and it's that Ninetales out there with Charm. Okay, sounds good. We're going to go ahead and go for Surf. Our water is going right through it, while the Weather Ball is going to be not very effective. I am going to shield this up though, because we still don't really want to take that damage at this point here. And now we're shieldless. At this point, what we're going to have to do is go quick moves. When you're in this situation and you're not going to be able to get to, say, like 2 charge moves, you just keep going quick moves. Just keep going quick moves, and we have a double KO. All right, sounds good. All right, next game, we're met with, Cresselia, I'll take it. Oh, hell yeah. They do not like that. Immediately swapping and bringing in their Giratina with Shadow Claw, which is doing a whole hell of a lot. We're going to throw a Shadow Punch, get a shield out of them, and then swap into the old Feraligatr. We got 2 water types on the team now. Am I a little vulnerable for using this team, as we can be pretty weak to electric and grass? Absolutely, absolutely. But we'll figure it out when the time comes if that does happen. And if you're thinking, yeah, then you're just going to scream, algorithm. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. All right, anyways, let's see what we have here. Bringing in a Poliwrath. Going to go ahead and go for that Hydro Cannon. Just doing some damage before we get taken out there. And we are up a shield, so that's amazing. Bringing in the Tapu Fini, they immediately swap into their Cresselia. I'm going to go ahead and get off this Nature Madness just so I can drop their defense here and just do that much more with the Gengar. And unfortunately, I was not able to swap there, as you can see. Okay, so they're going to go ahead and go for the Grass Knot. We're shielding that up just to preserve the Tapu Fini here. And now this Shadow Punch is just going to be doing that much more damage because we did drop their defense and they're using the shield and their last one at that. Sounds good to me. So I know everybody hates the avatar update, obviously, right? There's like a couple aspects that are cool, like a few new hair designs and whatnot, but I'm not going to go on a big ramble about that. But what I'm going to say is it is interesting to see newer people's kind of designs. I've ran into a Santa Claus. I ran into a couple of them. I want to make a Michael Jackson looking character. I don't know if the customization is good enough for that, but I think you can get pretty close. I remember in Saints Row 2, what is this? What is this shit? I remember in Saints Row 2, it was so amazing for the customization that you could literally make any celebrity you wanted. If that was the customization we had for this game, oh, it's over. But anyways, so this opponent here, this is a pretty good battle, I'm gonna have to say. All right, so we are gonna see them bring in their Cresselia. We're gonna go ahead and bring in our Feraligatr here. And this is another one of those situations. So Cresselia can shut my back line down because of that Grass Knot. But at the same time, we are gonna be hitting pretty hard back. It's not like we're just sitting here vulnerable. We've got Shadow Claw on the Feraligatr, and we also have Crunch. I mean, for crying out loud, Hydro Cannon's still doing a whole hell of a lot to water types, okay, with our Shadow Stab. All right, so we got them down pretty low. This is looking perfect here. Definitely do not want to use that last shield. That's just a horrible decision to make. So we bring in the Tapu Fini. They immediately bring in their Dragonite. So this is a good situation here. I wanted to maybe farm them down, but nah, they're really starting to kind of dig in here. So I'm just going to take them out with the Surf. And yeah, down they go. They are shieldless. We've got 1 shield left. You're thinking, you got this, man. Yeah, this is looking pretty stinking good. All right, we just have to look out for a catch. Now, let me explain that, okay? Let me explain that for a second here. The game was puttering and sticking and getting so annoying sometimes that it benefited them sometimes when they were trying to catch, because you would be trying to tap the goddamn charge move at a specific time, but it wouldn't freaking go because the goddamn game wasn't tapping it when you're pushing it. But this was a clear, good catch, but it doesn't seem like it. You're like, what are you talking about? You tapped it and it went. Okay, good catch. You got me there. That was how you were pulling that one off. But you hear what I'm saying though, right? That yeah. No excuses there. You got me that time. So really weird that it throws another Galarian Stunfisk at me right after that. I was like, okay. Like we usually say, they're coming back for revenge, right? So we'll go ahead and shield that up. We hit him with the Shadow Ball. Now, I don't know if I was going to be able to Shadow Claw them down, so I just swapped into the Tapu Fini to just absorb the Rock Slide here. And they are going to be bringing in their Togekiss. Sweet. Sounds good to me. Nothing on the team is really scared of that. As a matter of fact, it's pretty good for me. I couldn't believe that I farmed them down. That almost didn't make sense. I was confused, but then again, I did drop their defense, so never mind. So we're going to go ahead and just get rid of that Stunfisk. I don't care. They have a Swampert to the mech, as well as 2 shields, and they did get just a little bit of farm there. So, it's just getting a little bit interesting here. I figure they're going to go straight for the Earthquake because they're thinking in their mind, all right, he's going to let this go. He thinks it's a Hydro Cannon. Earthquake. Yep, I was like, son of a gun, of course. You know when you're thinking what your opponent's going to do, and you know in the back of your mind that there's a 90% chance that it's going to happen, but you still ignore the signs that it's going to happen, and you're just like, I'll take the 10% chance. Son of a gun. Go battle the coin flip. This is a coin flip. There is skill. Did you see that one person? The Team Rocket lady? They caught. That was great. That was good. That's how you make a recovery. Now that is skill right there, okay? If you can time it perfectly, then that's chef's kiss. All right, what do we have here? Up against Giratina, gonna go ahead and throw the Shadow Punch here. Usually always gets the shield. Nobody wants to take any sort of charge move from Gengar usually. It's just so devastatingly hard hitting. All right, but at the same time, you're sacrificing doing a lot of damage for taking a lot of damage. It's just crazy. Anyways, bringing in the Feraligatr here. And kind of wanted to farm them down, but what we're going to do is just go ahead and retreat it with energy. We do have a Hydro Cannon and a Crunch ready to go. Bring in the Tapu Fin, farm them down, and now we have a whole hell of a lot of energy here. They're bringing in their own Tapu Fini, so we're going to go ahead and go for that Nature's Madness here. Drop that defense. Hey, let's go. All right, Feraligatr's in the yellow, so we have to keep that in mind. We don't have as much health as we think we may for taking quick moves, so there's that. I'm going to go for another Nature's Madness here. This is great, worth the Elite TM, for freaking sure. Now, if you want to use an Elite TM on Shadow Gengar for Shadow Punch, is it worth it? Oh yeah. If you like Ultra League, or if you want to use it in the Great League, good luck on that squishy thing. Yeah, definitely worth it. Although, for the Great League, maybe you might want to go with Haunter. Yeah. All right, next game we're met with a Gramble, and of course it has Snarl. Now I can't say, oh, the algorithm. I mean, maybe a little bit, but I'm not going to lean all that on it all the way. Although every battle is controlled by the algorithm. But yeah, anyways. Getting to the Shadow Punch here. It's still a decent matchup. I mean, and they're catching. Okay. Bringing in their Wall Rain and catching. Bringing in the Feraligatr. Going to go ahead and go for that good old Crunch here. This is one of the reasons why I don't go with Ice Beam, although Ice Beam is amazing alongside Hydro Cannon and Shadow Claw, of course, but I just want variety in case I'm going up against water. All right, so we're going to go ahead and throw the Hydro Cannon immediately here. What did they bring back in? A Cresselia. Yeah, could have went for a Crunch. Not really a screw up. It doesn't really matter. Still doing a lot, and we're able to even get to another one, so whatever. And they're pretty much out for the count. So I immediately swap into the Tapu Fin, farm them down. I do believe they're going to back out here, and we take that win. Wow, this video was flying. This video went by quick. All right, next game, we're met with a Giratina. Not Giratina, Gur. All right, so we're going to go ahead and go for the Shadow Punch like usual here. And, of course, we're going to be shielding up right back and getting to another one. We're not going to make it to no Shadow Ball. I mean, we're just taking way too much damage with that Shadow Claw from the Giratina. But we did bring them pretty low, so what we're going to be able to do now is farm the hell out of them. So we'll bring in the Tapu Fin, not very effective with the quick moves, to start building up that energy. Perfect. And they're bringing in a Pidgeot. So we're going to go ahead and go for, of course, Nature's Madness, lower the defense. If they hit us with a Brave Bird, not good. That's not going to be good for me at all, because we have Shadow Claw for Alligator, so we're going to have to get to a charge move. And if they get to the Feather Dance before that, then we're screwed. But they do go for the Feather Dance up against us, so we're looking pretty all right here. I would assume they're going to go for another one here, which is going to put my attack at 4 stages down. But they did have a defense down, so technically only 3. I'm going to just throw that Surf. I don't know if that was a good idea. Whatever. Such a massive attack drop, and I just wasted all that energy. Bringing in the Feraligatr here, and things are getting a little interesting. I think what we're going to want to do is let this go. Hitting me with a damn Earthquake. Oh my goodness. They're shieldless. And what we need to do is have energy ready to go for that Pidgeot. So we'll go ahead and shield this up. And we're going to be looking pretty good to go here and taking the win with the Shadow Feraligatr in the end. Let's go. Next game, I do believe we have, this may be the last battle here, up against Tentacruel. All right, we got John Anki for the last boss. Let's go. This is a great matchup here for us. I'm going to go straight for the Shadow Ball here. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, okay, they're shielding it up. Now, if they hit me with an Acid Spray, I'm going to throw my phone, okay? It's a Skull, great. And they didn't even get the stat down, so that's perfect. I'm just going to go risk it all and go for another Shadow Ball here. And they're double damn shielding. Son of a gun. Okay, well, I'm not going to double shield the Gengar for now, as much as I kind of wanted to. I'm just going to go ahead and bring in the Feraligatr and just get off this Hydro Cannon, which would have almost KO'd, I do believe. But they're going to be catching what? Oh, Annihilate. Okay, well, that's good too, but we're going to be able to get to another Hydro Cannon before they throw their charge move. So down they go, shieldless, bringing back the Tentacruel here, and we'll let this go. Yeah, I'm not going to waste that last shield, and we're even getting to the Hydro Cannon, which should KO. And, oh well, not should, yeah, definitely. And they do have a Giratina in the back. This is a perfect last battle, as a matter of fact, because watch what happens. Ancient Power, and they get the boost. Okay, let's go. Final boss, it is Giratina. Nature's Madness, do your thing. We're going to get that defense down. So they're back to their regular stat for the defense, but their attack is up by 1 stage. So it's still looking okay. The next Nature Madness is going to KO. As a matter of fact, we do have another battle, so yeah, let's go ahead and take a look. Not quite the final boss, but second to the last. Let's see if this last opponent can give us more of a challenge here. Not that they're not good, but it's all up to the Pokemon that they have, the matchups that we have. Again, this is a coin flip game. Remember that. Don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. There's few skills involved in between that can help you. All right, building up quite a bit of energy, throwing the first Shadow Punch, getting to the next one, and I do believe they just caught here. They think they just threw something else, Poliwrath catching a Shadow Punch. So we're actually going to stay here and get to the next one because we have such a massive resistance to the counter, although they are going to be able to farm us down at this point. But we were able to get their last shield, so amazing. And we also have Tapu Fini, which is shutting down Poliwrath, okay? So we're looking pretty good with a shield and our opponent with none. Got 2 water types, but let's see if we can pull this off. Thanks to Gengar absolutely sweeping up in the beginning here. Getting to that Nature's Madness to go ahead and take them out. I'm not going to go for no damn Surf here because they keep on spamming me. And they have a Tapu Koko. Well, there it is, an Electric with Night Waters in the back. There you go. But I'm not going to say Algorithm. I'll actually add it. Yeah, I will. Whatever, we figured it out. Down they go, Hydro Cannon, pretty much almost one-shotting them, getting to the crunch with a Feraligatr and taking that win. There you go, folks. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you for watching. I'll catch you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic! Your